I just recently read an article about the number of people that have decided to stay with original Medicare, Parts A and Parts B, but they do not have a Medicare Supplement or a Medigap policy. Hi, I'm Bill Lewkowski, and I'm an independent Medicare insurance broker. And today I want to talk about some of the financial risk that you may be taking if you just stay with original Medicare, but you do not combine that with a Medicare Supplement or a Medigap policy. So for those that have been on Medicare for quite some time, you most likely know this, but for those that are new to Medicare, just in summary, you have two ways that you can receive your Medicare. You can either go with original Medicare, Parts A and Parts B, and when you do that, most people will combine that with a Medicare Supplement or what's called a Medigap policy. And what that does is it fills the out-of-pocket gaps or cost that original Medicare has. Things like Part A deductibles if you went to the hospital for service, or Part B, you're responsible for 20% of the cost. And there's also co-pays and co-insurance with original Medicare. So Medicare Supplements and Medigap policies, they're the same thing. What they do, they are standardized policies depending on the plan that you pick. But I say standardized in that there's a Medigap, there's letters to these Medicare Supplement policies. The most popular are Medicare Supplement Plan G, which really covers all of the major gaps. And the only thing you would be responsible for would be a Part B deductible. It's the first $257, that's in 2025. After that, the Medicare gap or Medigap policy or Medicare Supplement will fill those gaps of original Medicare, so you're well protected there. The other one that's very popular is a Medicare Supplement Plan N. I'm on that personally myself. Very similar to a Plan G. It does have some co-pays. If you see a doctor, it can be up to $20, or the emergency room is $50. And there's something called where if you go to a physician that doesn't take standard Medicare rates and they want to charge higher, they have the right to do that, but that's called an excess charge, a Part B excess charge. They can only go 15% above the Medicare rates anyways, and it really only happens about 1% of the physicians across the country will do that. So it's a very, very rare risk. So Plan N and Plan G are very similar. The other alternative to Medicare is you can go with a privatized version of Medicare called Medicare Advantage. The purpose of this video is really just to talk about if you stay with original Medicare Parts A and B, but you do not have a Medigap or a Medicare Supplement policy, you're at risk of responsibility of 20% of the cost for Part B, and you're responsible for the deductibles and co-insurance and co-pays of Part A. So this is something that can be unlimited. So if for whatever the situation may be, it could be a very expensive year for you for medical expenses, and 20% of that, which is unlimited, would be very extreme and very difficult. So that's why I recommend that you at least get a Medicare Supplement, or you at least get Medicare Advantage. Now, you can only get Medicare Advantage a couple times during the year. I do recommend that you seek the free services of an independent Medicare insurance broker like myself, who can explain this to you, help you understand the risk you may be if you're just on original Medicare Parts A and B, and what your options are and what that would look like. So I do ask that if you do not have a independent Medicare insurance broker, seek one. I am licensed in 34 states, so I'd be happy to talk with you as well.